Buying an antique home can be romantic and rewarding. Antique homes are typically 80 to 100 years old or older, and they come with great character, charm, and nooks and crannies. However, it also comes with a unique set of challenges that homeowners, especially here in Connecticut, should be wary of. Connecticut has a rich colonial history, and many antique homes here date back to the 1700s and 1800s. And we definitely have a huge inventory of homes from the early 1900s as well. These homes often carry historical value, but also present risks due to their age, construction methods, and legal protections. So what should you look out for? I'm here to give you the top 5 reasons why homeowners should be cautious about purchasing an antique home in Connecticut. Number 1, structural issues and outdated construction methods. Many antique homes in Connecticut were built using timber framing, fieldstone foundations, and materials that predate modern building codes. Though these materials can give the home the character you're looking for, these materials and methods may not withstand today's environmental stressors, such as heavy snowfall, flooding, or even increased winds due to climate change. And I know many people say they don't build them like they used to, but there are some common problems that we see with older homes, such as sagging floors, settling foundations, crumbling foundations, and bowing walls. I know in my experience, showing older homes, sometimes I feel like I could put a marble on the floor and the marble will just roll down the floor because the house has settled that much. Some homes might still even have what they call balloon framing, which is continuous studs from foundation to roof, which poses a fire hazard for sure. And repairs to all of these issues, like the foundation or sagging floors, can be extensive and expensive because they require specialized contractors who understand the historical techniques and materials that were used previously so that when they do the update, they don't completely ruin the house. Number 2, hazardous materials. Things like lead paint, asbestos, and knob and tube wiring. Connecticut homes built before the 1940s almost universally used lead-based paint and often asbestos in insulation, siding, or pipe wrapping. And the electrical systems may include outdated knob and tube wiring, which is considered a fire hazard and is often uninsurable. And as we all know, lead paint is especially dangerous to children and pregnant women, and asbestos poses long-term health risks if it's disturbed. There is also a legal implication. Homeowners are legally required to disclose known lead-based paint hazards under federal law. Remediation can cost thousands and require certified professionals to remove and abate. Number 3, septic systems and wells. Although this is not necessarily only in older homes in our state, many rural and suburban towns still use the septic and well system. The problem comes when it's an old septic or old well. Many antique homes rely on private wells and outdated septic systems that may no longer be up to code. These systems were built long before today's environmental regulations. Septic systems may be undersized for modern usage or may be located too close to wells, leading to contamination. Replacing a failing septic system can exceed $20,000 to $40,000. And poor well water quality may require costly filtration systems or even a well replacement. And when you just bought a new home and put down a down payment and you want to maybe change some things up inside, you don't want to be spending $50,000 on a well and septic system. Number 4, they definitely lack energy efficiency. Connecticut has among the highest electricity rates in the continental US, making energy efficiency a very costly problem for homeowners. Antique homes were built before insulation and energy efficient designs were common. They generally have single pane windows, drafty doors, and minimal or non-existent insulation. And when you don't have insulation, heating and cooling just really go out the window. They also have old heating systems, like an old oil-fired boiler, and they're often inefficient and need to be replaced. Retrofitting an antique home for energy efficiency can be extremely expensive, and due to structural limitations, some upgrades, like wall insulation, may not be feasible at all. Or when ductwork is needed to add a new HVAC system, these older homes may not have the space for it within the walls, ceilings, or floors. And we all know that older homes have minimal closet space compared to today's standard of living. So sometimes they try to tuck it in the closet space, but then you lose whatever closet space you had, which was hardly anything to begin with. Number 5, historic district restrictions and preservation laws. This is something a lot of people don't think about, but many towns in Connecticut have designated historic districts with strict guidelines on what can and cannot be altered on the antique property. Even some homes not in historic districts may be under state or local historic preservation oversight. I know we have plenty of historic districts in our state, and they can be very strict on what is allowed as far as updating and renovating. Homeowners may need approval from a local historic commission for seemingly minor changes, such as replacing a window or painting the exterior of their homes. Renovations may be delayed because of this, or just flat out denied altogether. And materials that comply with historic guidelines are often significantly more expensive. And one extra bonus outside of the 5 I just gave you is property insurance challenges. Some insurers are reluctant to cover antique homes, especially those with outdated electrical, plumbing, or heating systems. Even if coverage is available, premiums are often much, much higher, and claims can be complicated if the home is historically protected. And we all know how insurance has been impacting everyone lately. I recently did a video on it. Premiums have become astronomical on newer homes, never mind an outdated home that has potential fire hazards or health hazards. Believe me, I love antique homes, and at one time I owned one. While antique homes in Connecticut can be charming and historically significant, they come with high maintenance costs, regulatory complications, and safety concerns. Prospective buyers should invest in a specialized home inspection by someone experienced with historic properties and consult local zoning or historic preservation boards before purchasing a home. Being informed can prevent a romantic dream from becoming a financial nightmare. If you have your mind made up and you're looking for an antique home in Connecticut, please reach out. I would love to help. Connecticut has an abundance of beautiful older homes that just need a little TLC and some understanding. And until next time, have a great day.